about to start.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of No Conduct Radio. Tonight we're discussing Logic's question because I found the answers interesting. Last week his question was, what if a guy did the whole ceremony, gave you a ring, did a ceremony in front of your friends and family, put a will in your name, you can change your last name, everything. The only thing he didn't want to do is actually sign the paper for the government to get involved. Would you still marry him? And I did put that question out there, and we got back a lot of interesting responses. So we're going to discuss those responses today. Right now we're joined by Logic and BJ, and, where Shar is somewhere. So how's everyone doing?
Tired as hell.
Tired?
What did I tell you? Did I tell you?
Yes.
I could tell by the people make a certain noise when they're so tired that they're just over it. And the way that stuff was crashing in the background, like he was just throwing stuff out of the way.
I was throwing stuff.
Get that over here. I need to get that out of here.
Yep. That's what I was doing. I was like, man.
That's when you kick your shoes. You ever come into a room and you see somebody with like half a boot on, like it's past their heel, but it's still on that top front part of their foot, and it just went back like,
it was that kind of day.
What happened? Did you have to go to New York today?
No, if I wanted, nah. I just had to meet clients and stuff. It's just running around. That's all. It's crazy, but I figured I would slow down before the holidays get here. This isn't crazy. I guess I'll cut my phone off.
Well, I don't know why you thought it would slow down. It usually only slows down the day before?
I don't know. I don't thought I cut my phone off for 4 hours just to disconnect for 4 hours.
People are calling you like that?
I don't even cut my phone off at night. I can't. I can, but I really can't because I lose a lot of stuff. So it's just, constant. Maybe the rest of the day I don't sleep. But
I learned that I have to turn my phone off.
I have to. I hate to do it because my kids do, but I gotta cut it off. I'm sorry, I gotta cut it off. It's just.
Well, maybe give them you can ignore everybody except certain numbers. So why don't you do that?
No, the thing is, if I'm trying to go to sleep and I get a text, because people like I said, the West Coast, they think I'm still up. I'm like, nah, and they get up. This time difference, so it's crazy. Even out of abroad, so I'm like, I'm sleep. I gotta sleep sometimes, but and my kids, they what?
Yeah.
Well, that's what
10
I'm
out
saying.
There is one here.
You can completely ignore everybody except certain numbers.
But even my kids,
so you can ignore any
kids.
other number except your kids. That's what I'm saying. Put their number in your phone, so that's not being ignored.
I want to know them too. They call me dumb hours of the night too, and it's like my daughter. My 13-year-old, she'll text me in school. I'm like, she's like, 8:30. Dad, what you doing? What? I said, hold on, aren't you in class? How can you do this in class? Oh, I'm walking through the halls. I'm going through classes. I said, oh my God. I said,
she loves you.
Yeah, but in school, it's not an emergency. Don't text Daddy for random questions. Daddy, we got a trip coming up. Yeah, and I was like, this girl here, man. That's the one that calls me all kinds of hours at night, and it's crazy. Whatever. I'm sorry, ignoring them too. Whatever.
You know when you're going to start really complaining? Is
what?
When she doesn't call you.
No, really, that's not really a complaint because that's like a break. She always, that's a great question.
Wow.
Your problem is you're a girl, and you don't realize how irritating it is for men to talk to girls the way girls want to talk.
Thank you. Especially 13-year-old girls. 13, oh, my God. It's like I'm supposed to know everything that's, up to date with stuff. I said, I don't follow y'all kind of trends. Man, already she talking about Christmas list. She talking about a Christmas list. I was like, what's this? I don't know what this is. Oh, Daddy, Google it. I got to Google what you want for Christmas? Okay, yeah. Yo, you old, Dad. I'm like, yeah, okay. Still ask Daddy for some Christmas gifts and give you money. That's crazy. That girl, man, I tell you that. 13 years. Oh, she's going to drive me crazy.
Let me ask the golden man question. When was the last time a woman called you to do something for you?
Ooh, what? What? I wish.
There you go.
I don't know. I think I had hair then. Yeah, I had hair.
Wow.
I think I had a full head of hair. Yeah. Oh, for listeners, I'm bald, so yeah, let's put it that way. Yeah, I had a full head of hair. In my prime.
That sounds about right.
In my prime.
That sounds about right.
Well,
Crazy.
y'all are just choosing the wrong women. That's your problem.
No, please, really? Oh, God. And what is the right?
You don't
woman?
agree?
What is the right woman?
You pick the right women, but you don't have a woman who's called you to just find out about you or to do something for you.
No. You just changed it. No.
Yep.
Calling me to find out about me is more of her yammering. Okay, if I talk to you this morning, then more than likely ain't much changed if it's already 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like
I know, right? I know.
But
yeah.
What I said was, the last time a woman called a guy to do something for him that wasn't already pre-planned, like some chick just calling her dude said, "Hey, you wanted that PlayStation 4, right?" And you're like, "Yeah, okay, because that's what I got you." And what? Why?
Yeah, I know.
I knew you
but
wanted
again,
it.
how many guys allow women to even do that?
What?
Unless they're a bum. Most bums do allow that.
Oh.
What are you talking
Most guys are like, "Oh, don't get me anything. Oh, I don't. Why did you spend that money on me?"
What?
Well, no, wait. Now, if they're in dire straits and they don't know how they're going to make the light payment, at the end of the month, and she's buying plates, then it's like, no, take it back. You got to receive.
Crazy spending.
But if everything's cool, most chicks don't think about their guy enough to do stuff like that. They always calling and to either run their mouth, or there's something wrong and they need him to solve it, or it's an issue that they feel needs to be discussed right away. Like, let me tell you about what this chick in the office did today. Like, I don't want to hear this. But just some girl out of nowhere just deciding that she's going to do something off the hook for her dude that he always wanted, that is rare. It's about as rare as a dude not pushing for sex when he first meets a chick.
Yeah, that's rare.
So that's to let you know how rare it is.
Yeah, that's. I guess
like a dude telling a hot chick, "No, I'd like to take this time to get to know you first. There's plenty of time for that later."
That's rare. I guess I got to go to my New Year's resolution to find a woman
like
I
said, y'all are just around the wrong women.
Well, so, Kai, you really think there are scores of women out there that would just do this? That's what you think?
Woo, that's rare.
I don't think scores, but I don't think it's as rare as y'all are saying.
Okay, put it this way. Kai, are you that kind of woman?
Let's ask Shar. Let's ask Shar when she comes on.
Oh,
of course she's going to lie through her teeth, but
of course.
Let's ask her anyway.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that's my.
BJ said he's never had that. Logic, have you had that?
I never had that. I can tell you right. I ain't never had that. I wish. New Year's resolution. I look for one.
You know what? There was one.
Really?
There was one.
How old was you? In your
late 20s at the time. Yeah.
See?
Yeah, late 20s at the time.
Anyway, I asked her, why you stay with her?
It took you almost
that
30
question.
years to find that girl?
You see?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I wasn't looking. You know what I mean? She just happened to be that way. But I'm gonna tell you,
wow.
it wasn't. She just literally happened to be that way, just through the different experience that she's had in life. It's not like she was like one of these people like, I'm gonna be different than, you know. No, she just happened to be that type of person. But
isn't that the same? Whoa, wait, I don't get it. You said she just happened to be like that through the different experiences in life, not that she decided to be different. But I mean, isn't that the same thing?
No, because men are taught we have to take care of the women in our family or our life. You know, we're taught to be the providers or whatever. Nobody teaches their daughters, first of all, you're going to take responsibility for your actions. And second, when you're in a relationship, you better learn how to communicate with your partner or else everything is going to, life's happening. And third, you make sure that you pull your own weight economically. Who teaches their daughters to be that way? That's like almost unheard of. Every chick I've ever come across has got problems that go all the way back to her childhood or the first dude that she was ever, who God knows what. And then all of them were bums, pretty much. Well, I don't want to say bums, but they either lack economical common sense or they're very immature to where they conduct themselves like children, where they think they could just do stuff like they just want to have fun all the time and then spend money and have fun, but the other stuff in life is going to fall into place. So you get stuck in that teaching mode like, no. You can't go out to the club on a Wednesday. You got to work tomorrow. You got to stay home and make sure you get those bills paid. That a lot of young girls suffer with that. And then usually chicks start getting it together when either A, they have a kid and life gets real, or they've had a hard road to travel and they have a lot of baggage and they just had to learn how to deal with their own issues, or 3, they start getting older, which, at that point, it depends on how long it takes them to get out of that immature. Because I know a lot of girls that are in their 40s that are still in their 20s in their mind. Like they're just young and stupid in their head. Ooh, that's not. Stop it.
And I think I know somebody like that too. It's just, oh my, you can't talk to them.
I know somebody like that. I usually hear her. I usually only speak with her on Thursdays. I don't know what happened today. I haven't heard from her yet.
For instance,
I definitely know somebody like that.
Look at Wendy Williams. She has a show, and she, I guess, she has success. Yeah, she has success. But her whole premise is talking about people's shoes and what shirt they wore to come to her show to plug a book or whatever. Like, it's so juvenile. But
she made it.
That's where she's at.
That gossip.
I mean, but seems like a lot of people like that.
It is.
Because I guess according to your logic is because a lot of women are still in that mindset.
Well, I mean, when they're older like that, then more than likely what's happened is that they've had it too easy all through their life. So they either had their mother or their father paying their bills, or they inherited a house or something from their grandparents. And like they've never had to get serious about life. Like nobody's ever held their feet to the fire,
Right.
And even sometimes, even when they have kids, depending on where they're at in their mentality, that kid can get pushed off to the grandparent, and they could still go out and party and act crazy like they don't have children. There's plenty of men and women in prison right now that just the kids are growing up with the grandparents, and they don't know their real parents. They know them, but they don't. They look at their grandparents like mom and dad. Yeah, and or if she was very physically attractive, then there has been a nonstop train of dudes wanting to bang her who are cushioning her fall with money. You know, like, your phone's getting cut off. I got that. And then while they're smashing her, they're paying her cell phone bill.
Yeah.
And if she's a real pro, then she's juggling a couple of dudes where this one is paying the rent, that one is paying the cell phone, this one is paying for the internet, and that one is paying for the car. Like, and she's rocking it. You know.
That's great.
I just want to ask a question, though. Does this sound like you're describing anybody we know? I mean, I'll give you a hint.
Oh my God, too sexy by far.
Shar, are you there?
Hi, yes, I'm here. I'm so sorry, guys. Hello, everyone. I'm super, super late today. What's new, I guess? I'm so sorry about that.
Wait a minute, Shar. Wait a minute. Hold on. Do I smell a white Russian on your breath?
And he ain't talking about the drink either. And he ain't talking about the drink.
No, believe it or not, I help my fiance. It's official now, so we work together, and we located to a new building. Yeah, we located to a new building, so we're working till 7.
Wait a minute.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm late.
Hold down.
Yeah.
You what now?
Yeah, I don't want to make it official, but we're definitely going to spend the rest of our natural born lives together.
And why wouldn't you want to make that official?
Yeah.
No, because I haven't even told my mother.
Oh. What? So when did it happen? When did it happen? Just now? Just before you got on the air?
Not exactly. It was more like last week. But what I'm saying is this: we run a business together, and so we relocated to a larger building, and we always work late hours, and unfortunately, I was with the customer. So, and I'm like, I got to be on the air. What am I doing? So that's why I'm late. No excuse.
I said she can be late for her own wedding. I know she is.
I did what? But no, I haven't had a shot of anything with anyone. Not yet, anyway.
Of any? Girl, you should be anyone.
I don't know, that giggle.
No, I haven't had a shot of anything.
Don't cough around. Alcoholic.
I never drink any. Okay, you know what? I had some wine this morning on the way to work.
There you go. There's the show we know and love.
She said on the way to work. Damn.
You said
no, I had a glass of. It was called Sweet Red. It's called Carlos Rossi. It's like a.
Listen, I don't care what it's called. You said the morning.
Morning. On the way to work.
Morning. On the way to work.
It's not alcohol, just wine.
Wine is alcohol.
Wait. Did you just say it's not alcohol? It's just wine?
I don't feel like it's the same. I don't feel like it's under the same category. That's like beer. I mean, beer is
you know that's
wine is basically
Logic.
juice.
Logic. You know that's about to be a shirt, right? It's not alcohol. It's just wine.
Take a whole bottle of wine and see how good you are driving.
That's a good shirt idea, Kai. It's not alcohol.
Fine. It's not alcohol. It's wine.
Wow. Oh, I love it. That's a great concept. I bet anything your email will be full after the show tonight. Oh, Kai, when can we order that? Can you put it on back order? Is it on back order?
Glass of wine for breakfast.
Oh, look, I'm going to try and get this on our page while I'm on the air. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's not alcohol. It's wine.
It's not alcohol. It's wine. What?
So, sir, we all have a question for you. Millions of listeners want to know. When was the last time you called your fiance, apparently, who I don't understand why you haven't told everybody yet, because usually if you're getting married for the first time in like 25 years, which I guess will technically like be the first time now, I would be excited to tell anybody, but you haven't told anybody. You didn't tell us last week, unless this happened after we were on air. You haven't told your mom.
It was that weekend.
Did you tell your son?
No.
Okay, it was the weekend. Did you tell your son?
No.
So I don't understand.
No.
Okay, we'll go back to this question. But my question is, we'll get back to this question. But my question to you is, have you ever had a dude in your life that you called him and asked him or said, I did something for you? Like, you wanted those black pants from I don't know, whatever store, right? And he's like, yeah. And you're like, okay, I got it for you. I was just making sure that you did want it, but I have it here for you waiting.
Okay.
I'm asking you, have you, good God, have you ever done that for a guy you were with?
No. The person. No, I'm asking. So he has the pants. I didn't ask him to get them, right? He just sort of assumed.
Wait, what? How did this become about you? No.
Break it down.
He was looking at something he wanted, and you just got it without him asking for it. He just happened to pass by the store, and he was like, "Oh, I like that." And then later on, you just got it without him asking, without looking for anything in return from him.
Right. So would I do that, or have I done that before? Is that the question?
Have you done that before? Good God, this question is just.
Listen, wait a minute. The question.
Wait. Let me have a second. Let me have a radio second.
Like what?
No, I'm saying, could I have a radio second to think of that answer? That's a good question.
Yes,
I've done that. I mean, I've done that, but it was well received though. It wasn't like, ooh, excuse me, I didn't ask you to get that. You know, it wasn't like that response. But I have done that.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm an observant person, observant of what people like.
Hey,
I'm a great gift giver
you
too.
You couldn't even observe this question. What are you talking about?
Because I just didn't follow you at first. I thought you were saying if I, did I something.
Oh, of course.
But no, I got it now.
You do it for your fiance?
What happened?
You did for your fiance?
Was it for him? Yes.
No, I said, did you do it for your fiance? Come on, woman.
Did he what?
What?
Did you ever get a gift for your finance?
Fiance?
That's what I just said. I did. That's what I just said. I said yes. I said yes. I did do that in that relationship. I did do something like that, but it was well received because I'm a great giver. That's what people tell me. I listen to what people like and want. I can't stand when people give me things I don't want.
What? What the heck?
Isn't that what you're asking, BJ?
I am a very generous person.
I forgot what I
Logic.
Logic.
I'm a very generous person, and I have never been told that I'm a great giver
I said,
in my life. Ever.
Did something like that for your fiance like that.
Okay, well maybe you're not a great giver. Maybe that great giver doesn't always mean that you're chintzy and hold on to things. It doesn't mean that. I mean,
I'm a great giver.
We're gonna get a lot of flack for that one.
Yeah, you get a lot of yes, you will.
Okay, I think a great giver. No, guys, you're missing my point. I think a great giver is someone who's considerate of what you actually would probably like or want or have hinted or mentioned that you like or want. Christmas is coming. People that exchange gifts, I just can't stand when people give me things based on what they want me to have, not what I would really like, what I have mentioned or said, or maybe personality-wise, something that I would probably want. A lot of people value what they want you to have, what they want you to have. They don't think about what you would probably want. So that's what I mean by a great giver. I'm very sensitive to what people, not just their needs, but things that they say that they want throughout the year. Does that make sense at all to anyone?
Yeah.
Or am I on this island by myself?
I
understand what you're saying.
But I got you. Yeah, I got you.
I just know that the things that guys tend to like, women don't typically care about. Sports. I mean, they're getting into sports now because it's like a fad. But I don't think women really care. I mean, there's some. Don't get me wrong. I mean, as I always say, there's no, I'm not saying anything is absolute. There's going to be exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, I think a lot of chicks watch sports to spend time with their dude. It's not really about the team. It doesn't have to be. What else are dudes into? What? Fights. Video games, comic books, and stuff like that. I got into an argument with somebody because I was annoyed that they kept saying about Wonder Woman. I was like, only a woman could direct this movie and blah, blah, blah. It's like, girls didn't make Wonder Woman popular. Dudes, it was guys reading those comic books, and his director wasn't a fan of the comic book. So why would it only be that a woman could? Now, if a dude ever said anything like that, like only a guy could make a movie, a straight man can make a movie about the Hulk, you know how laced that person would be? in public opinion, they would be like, "Oh, how insensitive that he even insinuates that." Blah, blah. But these women be saying crazy stuff like that. Like, only you want something done, get a woman, because men are going to shut up. That's a mouth.
Okay.
Be a good giver.
But let's get to these
sure.
let's get to these closeted gold diggers
No.
that say that they don't like wedding. They don't like.
Let's get to Shar and her lackluster response to getting engaged. What the hell is up with that?
Oh, yeah.
Lackluster. No, if you guys don't understand, like, I just have been keeping this under wraps. I haven't told the people that are closest to me. I don't know why in the world I'm telling you guys. I really don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Well, the question
I'm not
is,
fooled. Shar has a wall in her apartment somewhere with chalk lines and crosses through it. And she'd be like, yeah, number one bites the dust. Got him.
Oh, you know what? Can I just, Logic, can I ask something? One time I had the nerve to say at the middle of a wedding that I crashed. I literally used to crash weddings for fun with my girlfriends, and we would just show up at people's weddings, especially the ones that were outdoors. And one time I literally stood up and said, it's not too late to turn back. You know when they say, is there anyone here that gives just cause?
Yeah.
Whatever they say, whatever their speech is, I sure did.
Yeah.
I said, it's not too late to turn back. Then I had the nerve to help myself at the reception. And you know how they'll say, well, who do you know? Oh, I know Uncle JoJo. Or Uncle, well, it depends on the culture of the wedding because it could be all different. Like if you crash a wedding, you don't think about that. But at a black people wedding, everybody has an Uncle Smitty or Jethro or not Jethro, just something. Some kind of old uncle, the old rusty uncles everybody knows, or somebody's cousin, sister's aunt. You make up somebody's name. Aunt Bertha. I'm Aunt Bertha's niece. Oh yeah, how you doing, girl? You look good. I've seen you since you were a little kid. Hugging and squeezing the cheeks. Oh yeah, okay. Now where is the champagne and where's the cake? That's what I'm thinking. And the caviar. What is that?
Y'all set the date? Y'all set the date or just one of those long engagements, 20, 30 years engagement?
A long one, because we don't know where we want to live. That's the problem. We have not left this freaking city. We were supposed to relocate to Texas, as you all know, and we decided not to. With all these shootings and natural disasters in Texas ever since we first spoke of relocating, now we really don't know where to go. They could have martial law by the time we get there.
Is this the first time that you heard about hurricanes hitting Texas?
Shootings.
It seems like it's worse than ever, even natural disasters.
I thought she said shooting, Logic.
Shootings.
Shootings and
the shootings
everywhere.
This is the first time you heard about shootings in Texas?
No, but it just seems like things have escalated. I mean, a martial law is coming, everyone, so look out. And it could come to your city. I just don't want to live somewhere, neither one of us do, where we have to go out, run up into the mountains with our machete or with our AK-47, which he does own, and run for cover and live in a cave somewhere up in the mountains. I don't know. We just don't know where to live.
The mountains in Texas?
No, I mean various places. I'm just saying Texas doesn't have mountains, but various places. Where do you go?
We just didn't know about it.
That's not a good excuse.
No, this is important. You guys don't understand. Our world is coming to an end.
If it's going to be martial law, it's going to be martial law anywhere. It doesn't matter where you go in this country.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you look at YouTube, Texas is going to be one of the first states targeted because of
really?
Well, see, okay, there's a new world order coming. It's a coming, whether you like it or not.
God.
And,
my God.
Yes, and I've been studying all of this.
They on YouTube.
They on YouTube.
You know what's funny? I really wish I had a good idea about who this guy was. Because he's probably somewhere talking about, we need to invest in, whatever. Let me tell you about Jade Helm. They are taking old Walmarts and turning them into base camps where they're going to lock us up.
Yeah.
This is real serious. I mean, you guys can laugh if you want, but when the NWO hits, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? There was martial law in Puerto Rico. You guys didn't even know there's martial law in Puerto Rico. There was people behind the scenes who had to fight or flight with their guns or literally just. Oh, it did. Wait, whoa. Did you hear about the floating prisons? Did you guys hear about that? At the end of that whole hurricane, and no, actually it was in Puerto Rico, but also in Texas after their big storm. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that you got to keep up with these things. You got to keep up. You don't want to be lost.
You got to keep up. Right? We are behind, y'all.
You don't want to be lost, people.
I got to get back on YouTube.
Stay with me now. Stay with me, No Conduct and No Conduct listeners worldwide.
I don't know.
By the way, thank you for listening.
What is it,
everyone.
3 weeks ago, I was trying to get off the train. I'm still trying to get off right now. So.
Yeah, so it's really scary. It's like the time period that we're living in. Honest to God, if I could have chose to be in a different time, I would not be living right now in this time period.
Sean, let me
done already.
Let me clean you on something. The government has never had its citizens' best interest in mind. They are always going to do what works for them. Okay, so wherever you move, you're still going to be at the behest of this government and what they're going to allow you to do and have. There's no escaping. It doesn't matter where you go. So unless you and whoever this guy is plan to move to some undeveloped area of Costa Rica or something and start plowing out your own roads and airstrips and start fresh, there's no escaping it. It is what it is. Tool up and make sure you go to the range and practice.
Tool up,
Don't waste your time with collecting seeds or whatever, because as Bill Burr said, you're only collecting stuff for the guy with the biggest guns when the hammer comes down.
Take from
okay, but have you guys thought of this though? I mean, for example, if anything, we're thinking about maybe we should live in Canada in the future, because at least there's wildlife, at least there's vegetation. Because you can get lost up in those woods a lot easier. Texas is a barren, flat, open land.
Montana. It's still going to be the same
perfect,
thing.
Actually. Montana's perfect because it's near Canada. Well,
no, it's not.
Montana and Canada are really a consideration.
Really is not perfect at all. No.
Well, it's a consideration.
It's
a consideration because it offers more natural resources. I mean, you could there's animals, there's lakes and streams. There's trees where we can hide.
Per what you describe about yourself, you're an ex-model who works in Vegas. You're not ready for the end of the world. It's a done deal. Okay, you should have been getting ready.
I'm getting out of Vegas. That's the whole point.
You should have been getting ready 20 years ago. If you just realizing this now, it's a wrap for you. You're done. Okay, so you might as well get a good craft going, so when the armies do come, you can say, "Hey, I know how to make light bulbs." And they say, all right, well,
Logic, that makes no sense, because 20 years ago I was still, actually 3 years ago I was still shooting and signing autographs, so that doesn't make any difference. What difference does that make? My career was still going. I'm the one that stopped my career.
What are we talking about?
No, but I'm saying 3 years, and then 20 years ago, none of this was happening like it is right now.
Wait a minute. That's my point. It was always happening.
It's always happening.
No, not as intense as it is now. I mean, look at our president. Look at what's happening to our world. They're over there playing with missiles like they're toys. Okay?
Wait.
Not fun.
I'm not trying to get too deep.
None of this was ever discussed before.
I'm not trying to get too deep, but I just want to point something out to you. Kennedy was the president in the late 50s, early 60s, right?
60s.
Something around there? Okay.
Yeah.
They just released a lot of the top secret papers. You found out the Bay of Pigs was their idea in order to start some war. It was a false flag attack where they were going to, actually they did it, but the rest of the plan was they were going to hijack planes and crash them and say that Cubans did it so we could go to war with Cuba. This is documented proof already. Bay of Pigs happened, but this was the second half that they didn't do. When Kennedy died, there's a picture of LBJ getting sworn in, and then he looks to his left, and there's a guy winking at him right after the president got killed.
Wow.
There's been a lot of creepy stuff going on for years. Trump is the most transparent of all of them because he's an idiot, and he just says whatever comes in his head. And he's not duplicitous at all. So for you to look at things now and say, you're late. You are so late. It's a done deal. You're talking about floating prisons. CIAs have always had black sites all over the world where habeas corpus doesn't exist because we're not technically on American soil. That's been happening for years. That's nothing new at all.
No. Logic. That's not true. Floating prisons. No, the floating prisons that I'm referring to, I believe the people that are on those ships are being used for test subjects, and I believe that some of them will be used as duplicates or as What? No, I do. Listen, you guys don't understand what's happening. There's a lot. That's what I'm saying. If you don't know, then you better ask somebody. Don't assume you know it all just because you knew something 20 years ago.
Duplicates.
No, cloning is real. Cloning is real. Cloning is real.
Okay.
DNA extraction.
It's real. We got it. But duplicates for who, Shar?
Cloning is real. DNA extraction means you get rid of the person that's originally there. No, you get rid of the person that's originally there. You can do whatever you want to do with the clone. You can have them do whatever you want them to be, and who would know the difference? Who would know the difference?
Okay,
like one thing, I'll put it this way: when there's a natural disaster and you show up missing, don't think that person just is missing. A lot of times they were taken onto these ships and you never see them again. That is not the same thing.
Let me say this. What sense would it make for any covert clandestine group to clone an average idiot and then just reinsert the clone back into society to do what?
They would do what? The same thing? They would do what? Yeah.
What's the purpose?
DNA extraction. They can get rid of the people that they've.
Hold on.
The people that they, I don't know if you call it kidnapping or whatever, but the people that are on the ship. Okay, first of all, they're test subjects. That's the first idea, for many different reasons. Like think of lab rats. There's a lot of advantages, and then eventually it'll be extermination, and it'll be a whole new race of people who are really just robots.
Okay. Robots. So now here's my question.
Why do you think robotic technology is so important right now? Even Siri is a robot. Alexis is a robot.
My follow-up question is, why wouldn't they just kill the person and just leave the cloning out of it if they want to reduce the number of people to the point where they want to replace them with robots? Why don't you just kill everybody just from the jump? Why waste time cloning and try to reinsert them and then watch if it takes or not?
Because a clone is a perfect robot of exactly what you want it to do. That's why it's called a clone. A clone is a mechanical. It's just a, you know what it is? It's just a computer. It's a computer. Okay, and there's a lot of power in that anyway. So we already know that. You know, if you guys, listen, if you want to learn more, then look it up for yourself. Look it up for yourself. Do your own report and get back to me. And I'll be the one to quiz you at that point. And you're probably all going to flunk that particular course. I promise.
Look, I'll leave off. I'll leave off saying this.
I got a flunk.
There are some things that are conspiracies that have happened, possibly still are happening. But the major thing that you have to ask yourself when you're considering someone's conspiracy theory is, what would they gain? So let's say the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the DuPonts and all of these, trillionaire families are in the loop. If everybody gets turned into robots, like how does that enrich their life to make it? It doesn't. It's the same thing with people saying chemtrails are real. Like, okay, so the government's spreading chemicals all over the place in the air to kill the people or give them cancer. This is their theory. But rich people live everywhere too, and they breathe the same air that we do. So there's a chance that they could start dying. Like, so you got to ask yourself, why? What would be the point?
But they counter it by saying that aren't rich people supposedly given the, what do you call it, the drugs so they don't get it? Yeah, the antidote.
Yeah, right.
Oh, well, okay. Well, then if you're saying that there is a vaccine to all cancers, then there's no arguing I can do with that one. Those are questions that you got to ask, I remember somebody brought up something about 9/11, and it's like, if you don't realize that people make trillions of dollars off a war, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
If you can't get that, there's no point in having the conversation. So yeah. But robots, that's a new one on me. Never else than that.
I think that's a new one on quite a few people.
How
long have you thought like
that? Like I said, if you don't know, then find out, because it doesn't mean it's not true.
I respect your gangster though, because you would be the last person that I would have ever thought would be into, like, government conspiracies. I would have never guessed that.
Okay.
That you.
So all that.
Well, actually, that is because there's a lot more to me that needs to be done.
Well, sure. All that you're thinking about that's on your mind. That's the reason why you guys not going to get married too so soon. And what do he think about that?
Shar?
You guys, I really didn't think anything. It went right past me. So sorry.
What?
Literally,
what?
I got a question.
She said,
I heard
with all the things that you just said,
gibberish.
is that the reason why you're not getting married yet?
Oh, well, no, not because of the floating prisons. I'm not in the midst of a natural disaster where that I would be subject to that, at least not at this time. In Vegas, probably won't happen. But no, one of the reasons, no, that's not why we're not having the ceremony. We want to know where we're going to settle, where we'll be in the future. Because obviously we want our family or friends to be a part of it.
But what does that have to do with you getting married? Okay, you don't know where you're going to be yet.
I just told you, because our friends and family, we want them to be a part of it. So we want to make sure it's either a central location or something that's easy for everyone else to be a part of. If not, then oh well, we're trying to do that. But we also want to settle. We want to retire at some point, and we know it's not going to be in Nevada. So we're just contemplating. Everything was great until a lot of these other things start happening with a lot of the political things that were happening in our country really did concern us, because we follow a lot of the conspiracy theories to the T. And I mean, I've been educating myself for about 15 years about a lot of different things, but that's one reason that we basically just ruled out Texas. You see what I mean? So once that happened, it's like, well, where do we go now?
What I'm hearing, what I'm getting is that the bottom line is, for you guys not getting married is because of fear. That's all I'm getting.
No, not at all. Not at all. We've waited for this moment we've known each other for 15 years.
Not fear between y'all, to fear of everything going on in the world. That's what I'm not y'all to. That's fear.
It's more like the fear of, will we make the right decision of where we want to relocate? Right. We're not gonna ponder on this forever. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to interrupt our immediate future at all.
You know what you should ponder, Shar?
What?
Those couple of years that he wasn't around, he might have been cloned.
Yeah. Oh, see, there you go.
Actually, you know what, Logic, you're right, because I said that the other day. I said, who are you? Who are you really?
Yeah.
How do I know?
Think about it.
How do I know you're not a clone of him?
All this time, he's been like, nah, I don't want to be in a relationship. Then he comes back and, baby, I'm back. And what's up? What you trying to do?
He never said he didn't want to be in a relationship. I wasn't available. And when I first met him, he wasn't available.
The story changes again.
He wasn't available because he was married for 5 years past that. He was married for 10 years.
She was cloned. I think that's
she
what
was
happened.
cloned. I think, yeah, Charlie was cloned.
Well, you know what? If I was, he would never find out. He'll never know.
That's true, but we don't know the real
Maybe I'm a better version. Maybe I'm a better version than I was when he first met me 15 years ago. How do we know I'm not?
You never know. You could be the clone of the clone because the first one didn't work right.
Yeah, you could be that Jason Bourne.
Well, thanks a lot. I malfunctioned. Is that what happened?
Jason Bourne.
My batteries need to be
fixed. Oh, my God.
Jason Bourne. Shaw.
Well,
I'm sure he'd rather have a younger version of my clone, but
Char,
it is what
I
it is.
almost forgot, Char. One of our listeners, they want you to post a picture of your ring because they said they don't believe you.
I don't care if they don't believe me. If I wanted to post a picture of the ring, which I find to be extremely, extremely personal at this moment, then I would have done so. I have access to our website.
How's that personal?
Wait a minute.
I'm not one of those people that go on Facebook or social media and brag about something like that. I just don't. No, I've never been that way. So some things are just for immediate family. or immediate friends, close friends. Sorry, listener, but I'll certainly give you the juicy details of the yacht and how lovely the guests were and the location and the entertainment and my gown and all of that. Yes, I'll certainly give you the after show details.
Char's been cloned.
Yeah.
But incidentally, all the No Conduct family would receive an invitation because if I happen to be in Philly.
We definitely got to go. So you invite us.
Logic,
you definitely got to come.
I don't know if I'm going, BJ, because this could be a conspiracy in itself from the government to get us there to then clone it.
Yeah, we got to go crash it. You go crash it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I'm going to stay right here in Philly. So,
well, you know what?
All I can tell you is what I can say is the ring is very, very, very expensive. And he asked me, please do not pawn this. If it doesn't work out for some reason, don't do that. It's for my heart and hard work. And he just feels like, he's not going to ask for it back, but just don't pawn it. But I wouldn't do that. I know a lot of chicks do that.
Why would you say that, but you wouldn't tell your family or show us the ring, but you would tell us that the ring is expensive? What does that have to do with
Because you guys should have known that anyway. That's a no-brainer. If you know me, then you should have known that anyway. No man is going to fall short with me with certain things because I feel like I'm worth it.
We don't know you that well because we sure didn't think you thought about cloning, and we thought you would have posted your ring on social media.
There's so many sides. Isn't that exciting? There's so many interesting sides to Char.
How many carats, Char?
What was that, BJ?
Damn.
How many carats?
How many carats?
I'm not giving you that much information. I can tell you what it costs, and that's it. I can tell you this. I can't tell you this. I can tell you this. It's a Tiffany setting.
But still, how many carats?
I can tell you that.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
All in due time, people. All in due time. Maybe I will post it. Maybe I just will post it.
Oh, how droll.
Maybe I will. Not now, but maybe I will.
No, it's over now.
The Tiffany setting in itself, you have to have a certain amount of clusters that sit on top of it.
I don't know about Tiffany setting.
BJ, you care?
Yeah.
I don't really think that.
BJ.
I don't care.
BJ is our Mr. Suave, Sophisticaciano. I'm really shocked if you're not familiar with the Tiffany.
I'm not giving out Tiffany diamonds. No settings.
You're not?
I might work that right now. What? Nah.
Okay, so anyways, let's get away from that story. Let's talk about the real story here.
Yeah.
Char, would you marry your dude if he gave you the ring, right? He had a ceremony in front of your friends and family. Y'all are still going to be living in the house together. He leaves everything in his will to you. Y'all have kids together. So in every sense, you can change your last name, everything. In every sense of the word, you're married. However, he just doesn't want to sign a marriage certificate.
No, because for religious reasons, I want to be married. I know what I want. And if that person doesn't have the same...
He had a religious ceremony. He had a religious ceremony. So you were married in front... you were married in front of your religion or whatever, but he just doesn't want to get the government involved, so he doesn't want to sign the marriage certificate.
Then I'm not his wife. That was just some ceremony. I mean, that's not even an official ceremony. It was just I don't even know, what is that considered in front of your family and friends?
Well,
we'll take the religious part out.
No. You should have let her finish that statement. She said, what does that mean to have a ceremony in front of your friends and family? Good God.
Wow.
I'm saying,
DJ heard it because you're choking right now.
No, I said, what is the point of doing that? And to put the word religious in it, it's not that. It's just you in front of your friends and family, just having them as a witness to say, we want to spend the rest of our lives together. That's not the same thing as making a commitment before my Creator. That, to me, is very important. And that also is part of making it official with the government. It's not the same thing to just verbally say it in front of, no, it's not the same thing. I want to do it the right way. I would want to be that person's legal wife.
I don't understand how signing a paper for the government, which is something that just recently started happening, has anything to do with religion. This is just for the government to know that, hey, this is how you tax me.
Yep.
I don't understand how in your head that has anything to do with religion.
What do you mean it just started happening? Like, was something that just started happening?
Back in the day, you got married in the church, and that was it. You didn't sign any marriage certificate. The government didn't need to know you were married and all that stuff. This is something new.
Yeah, usually the only way the government found out.
There had to be someone else officially that documents the ceremony itself, and they have it. It's not just a matter of
you have a bunch of freaking what do I want to say? You have a bunch of witnesses. You got married in front of whatever religion. I'm pretty sure they document that. The only difference is you didn't let the government know you were married.
I mean, I don't care what the government knows. It's just the fact that I would want to take that person's last name and completely be a part of an extension of them in every manner.
Your last name.
No, I would want to be a complete part of that extension of that person in every manner, not just halfway. I just feel like that's halfway.
He gave you
you can't do it all the way. What's the point? Because I'm still living together. No, I'm still living with you in sin. I'm still living with you in sin, and I don't choose to do that for very long.
How are you living with him in sin if you got married religiously?
Because it's not even really completely official. It's only official halfway. That's not even right.
She want that paper.
But Shar, that's like you saying that when Jewish people get driver's license, it's the government understands they're not going to be using their cars during the Sabbath. Like, the government doesn't care what your beliefs are. It's just, we need to know if you're going to have a license to do X, Y, and Z. Religion has no bearing whatsoever on them requiring you to pay taxes, or you getting married, or you getting a license to carry a gun, or whatever, a hunting license. Like, it's not at all about religious beliefs. It's about tax bracket changes and census information. And as she was saying, way back in the early 1900s, that's the only way they found out people was married. It was when the census guy came along and said, "Oh, is this your wife? And what's her name?"
It has to be documented officially. It's still officially documented. So then that's the same. But she said that it wasn't. Yes, it was at some point, even in the 17th century. They still documented it.
But they still got married. Those people still got married according to their beliefs. That didn't stop people from getting married.
No, but yes, they still made it an official document, even with the census. It was written down and recorded. These people are husband and wife. They're not just shacking up. They're not just girlfriend and boyfriend.
To who? The government?
My wife. Oh, well, if a man, you know what I can't stand is when a man calls you a wifey and you know darn well you're not his wife. You're all
right. Now you're going in the social area, but we're heading back to with the government. The government doesn't care if you're banging somebody and you're living together. They don't care. Okay, so you saying that, oh, you're just shacking up and it's not official. Official to who? The government? They don't care. It's about, again, tax information. That's all it's about. So if some dude said he loves you, he got you a ring, he invited your family, his family, y'all both got married according to whatever your beliefs are, he put you in his will, he got a life insurance policy in which you're the benefactor. He signed his property for you to get it in the event of his death. All of these things that make it official. If you have kids, obviously he's going to sign the birth certificates and say he's the father. Your beef is what? Because the government doesn't know this information?
Well, you know what? If my family didn't know the difference, probably it wouldn't matter to me if they just assumed that I was married.
But why would it matter if your family knew? If you are with this dude and you love him and he loves you, but he just has a thing where he's like, I'm not dealing with the government. I'm not doing it. Okay?
No, I understand that logic. That's not what I said. I said if my family. No, I just said if my family believed, if they knew or believed that we were married and they didn't know the difference that we weren't technically married, but in front of the eyes of our God or whoever and all of our witnesses, if they don't know the difference, maybe it wouldn't matter so much. But but in front of my mother and people that are that close to me, I would want to believe, or at least they believe, that we actually, are married. I wouldn't want to just have some ceremony.
That's the whole point of the question. Why is it considered not a marriage?
Yeah, not a marriage.
No, that's what I just said. I mean, if they believe the ceremony links to the fact that this is my husband, then fine. Even though technically he's not in the eyes of the government. Oh well. If it appears that way, that's fine. That's good enough.
You keep saying technically he's not. According to who?
According to, if it appeared as if, during the ceremony, that at the end of the ceremony, if it appears to everyone else that that's my husband and this ceremony made it official, then fine. I can go home and be fine with that. Okay, and it wouldn't matter.
So you care
so
about
much
what everybody else thinks then?
No, because I just told you, for spiritual and religious reasons, I just don't feel good about living with someone who's not my husband, only for a very temporary time. That's just the way that I was raised, and I'm not going to change my beliefs.
Okay, wait. Okay,
and because
so in that case,
because of who my mother is, too, because of who my mother is, I do have a certain amount of responsibility to protect her interest and her reputation as well.
Right? Does your mom know you're with this dude now?
Absolutely. We're going to see her for Thanksgiving.
Okay, so what are you talking about? You're not married. So you're
I just told you for a certain amount of time I would not extend shacking up for a specific amount of time, because I know that I won't be okay with that.
You're telling me that your mother is okay with you having adultery for a little bit of the time, but once you start going,
she's not. Actually, no, to be honest with you, we just had, look, to be honest, no, she absolutely is not okay with that, no.
Then what are you talking about?
So that's why I just said to you, that's what I just said to you, if we had the ceremony and my mother didn't know the difference, and she just assumed that when we have this ceremony and some religious connotations were spoken or whatever, that we're married, if she didn't know the difference, that'll be fine with me. I don't care if the government is involved at that point, as long as I know in my heart or believe that I did it in front of my Creator and that I'm not just living with this person as a some people, some people have their own friendship ceremonies or whatever they want to call it, and life partner ceremonies, and in their mind they believe that is their life partner. And they tell their friends and family they're married, even though they're not technically married. They're not married on paper. I mean, to be more specific, people that choose to marry gay do exactly that. Well, actually, no, because now they can get married, so never mind. There goes that.
Yeah, they can get married now.
No, gays can technically get married. They can specifically get married now. It's not just a ceremony.
Well, one of our listeners says you're talking in circles and you're in business with your guy now and you're not married. So no ring, shacking up, having sex.
You don't have to be married to be in business with someone. We worked together years ago. He built the business that we both talked about, and he asked me to help him run it, and I'm a part of it. Just like he tells me every day. Like he tells me every day, this is my business, not just his. And so I don't have to be married to him at this moment to help him to be a part of this business every day. I have a vested interest because I love him, and that's why I'm here, to be a part of it. That's here nor there. But will I continue to be with someone who I'm not their wife for a certain amount of time, past whatever amount of time? No, I wouldn't, because I have my own beliefs and my own type of integrity that I have to adhere to. It doesn't matter to me with that. If that person doesn't agree with that, that's okay. You're just not the guy for me. And I'm not going to put pressure on them, because he asked me. It wasn't like I said, will you marry me? He said, this is what I want to do. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I made that decision. He made that decision years ago, but he didn't have the opportunity. It really wasn't there. So, it'll happen, and it'll happen at the right time.
All right, Shar, don't you think that it would be odd, or I would say somebody would find it odd for you to say what you're saying about you wouldn't want your mother, as long as she's under the impression that, you're married according to the state. I wouldn't be with somebody for a prolonged period of time if it wasn't like this, because I have my beliefs. But you're coming out of a sugar daddy and a sugar baby relationship. That's not the same person.
But that's why it's called my past. That is exactly why it's called my past. And even when I did that, do you think that was okay? No, it wasn't. He asked me to marry him early into that whole relationship, and that was a real boyfriend. We had a complete life together. His family, my family, completely intertwined. It wasn't, I don't know. Yeah, sorry, you guys. I had somebody come in. So our lives were, he wasn't just the sugar daddy. He was He was a complete, well-rounded relationship. The only difference was that he was gone a lot because he traveled a lot. So he lived in Afghanistan for 2 years while I stayed in the condo. You know,
and
he was a
chose
traveling
not to
electrician.
marry him for what reason?
He wasn't right for me. He just wasn't right for me. I felt like he was mean, very giving, as you guys know that, but like just not right for me. Very immature and just an angry person, just angry too quickly. And it just wasn't, that's not who I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And I should have got out years ago, but because he was gone most of the time, I just took advantage of that. I should have left, but I was lazy and got complacent. I mean, think about it. I had everything I wanted, and I didn't have to deal with him except sometimes because he was gone so much. It's wrong, but that's what I did.
Well, that is not at all how you explained it before. But I'm
I've never said anything different. I've never said anything different. I've never said anything different. I've always said he was. I've always said he was a boyfriend. I've always said he's asked me to marry him. 2 weeks into the relationship, 2 years into it, I haven't changed anything. You have to clean the wax out of your ears because you're not hearing very well. I know exactly what I said. That was a 10-year relationship. It was a 10-year relationship, and that's what it was. It was an actual It was 10 years. When I moved into the condo, when I met him, it was in 2008. Excuse me, what was that?
He was mean, and he's still 10 years.
10 years. But you guys, once again, it felt like it was different. And so if the person is not there and like they don't live there like half the time, then it was like, I mean, it was crazy. He was gone half the time.
He must have been banking you up.
He was.
Thank you.
Was.
Okay, that's
but I never denied that. I said when I met him, he was a sugar daddy. Well, imagine me meeting someone and that's how they introduce themselves to me. Oh, I'm a sugar daddy. Okay. Sugar daddies don't generally become boyfriends. They don't generally become boyfriends. They don't generally become relationships. They don't. Usually it's NSA, no strings attached. But he quickly started to like me a whole lot to where it was saturation. The next thing you know, he wanted me to move in with him. And so that's what happened. No, not at first, not right away. No, I didn't. In fact, he pursued me, and I ignored his calls for about 4 months. He called and left message after message. How come you won't return my calls? Because I don't like you. That's what I said. Because it was mean. Yeah, he had plenty of money, but it was mean. I don't want to be around people who don't make me happy, like make me smile, make me laugh. I don't like negative, intentionally negative people. But I just went with the flow of it because, like I said, he wasn't there a lot. So it made it easier. That was my fault. Who on this channel likes negative people? Who? But I stuck around because, yes, I was being spoiled. It was fun. It was an easy life. I was already making a lot of money anyway. I didn't even need his help. But he was still, giving me all everything. So I'm like, okay, fine. You don't live here too? You're gone half the time. Now you're in Brazil. Now you're in Afghanistan for 2 years. And he's flying in every 3 months to visit at the condo.
Money drives you. Okay.
Well, money should drive me. If I was making $10,000 to $15,000 a month on my own before I met him, obviously I know how to work. I know how to work and make it. No, but think about it. Think about what I'm saying, BJ. If I've always made my own money, then yes, it drives me because I know how to make it. There's a difference between not knowing how to make it and expecting someone else to give it to you. There's two different things.
But just because you know how to make it doesn't mean you should expect that somebody else to give it to you. So,
but I never did. I never did. The word expect was never in my vocabulary. People throw their money at me. I never asked them to do anything. I wasn't even getting. You have to remember something. I'm the one ignoring him. I ignored him. I had no interest. I just told you that. And he was very attractive. And it wasn't that. I had no interest because if I don't like you, if I don't like your attitude, if you're mean, if you're negative and argumentative, then I don't have any time for it. I make my own money anyway. It's not even that serious. So that's what it was. And he was just very persistent. And
let's talk it this way. Now that Shar has found her true connection with this new guy, Perhaps it is illuminating certain shortcomings with the last one that was more pronounced now. So let's just leave it alone. Let's leave it at that. And I wish you the best, but the government doesn't care what your beliefs are. They just want taxes. So Yeah.
So a listener has a question
any
for
women
you,
out
Shar, and then
there.
I need to go on to some of these comments. A listener has a question for you, Shar. So if your man tells you he doesn't want to sign the certificate, you're not going to marry him?
Ooh, good one.
Oh, wow, that's a good one.
Can you please repeat that? I'm sorry. All I heard was you're not going to marry him. What was that?
Dude, can you pay attention to the show, please? The
Yes,
listener said...
I am on the phone, so it's not like I can always get a good connection. It depends on how it comes through.
The listener said, if your man says he's not going to sign the certificate, you're not going to marry him?
Why would he say that?
Oh, my God.
No.
Hypothetically speaking, if your dude says he's not going to sign the certificate.
If my family believed that we were, and because we did it in front of them, if my family believed, let's say we had the ceremony we all talked about hypothetically, if we had the religious ceremony and it appeared to look as if I was, then I would. As long as I can get away with that, I'm fine. Because in my heart, I know I did it in front of my Creator. I don't really care what the government says. If we divorce, I would not want anything anyway. I came into it on my own. I don't want anything from you. That's as a matter of fact.
I'm missing something.
Yeah.
Did you answer that question? I'm missing.
Yes, I think I did.
I don't think you did.
But shouldn't wait a minute? But shouldn't adhering to the rules of your beliefs trump what other people think in general anyway? Like if they got a problem
my family is important to me, and also my own religious beliefs are important to me. I've done that long enough. I've shacked up long enough, as you guys already know, for 10 years. Is a long time. I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that again. You just asked me what other people say. Is it important?
No,
that's what
you're not. See, listen, you're doing the girl thing. You're not listening. You're talking in your head while I'm saying something to you. Listen to what I'm saying. I said, if you are going to have a marriage according to your beliefs, shouldn't, as long as you adhere to your beliefs, trump what your family and friends think anyway?
No, because what my mother thinks it matters to me. I really don't care so much about just my friends, but my mother, it is important to me.
Wow.
Okay. It's not just about my beliefs, but it really does matter how my mother feels.
That's an honest answer, though.
Okay.
That's an honest answer, though, Logic. I said that's an honest answer.
I accepted it. I didn't not accept the answer. Just said what?
All right. Making some progress, then. Right, you accepted it. What do you know?
Not much.
All right. So if any listeners want to chime in to this question, would you marry your man? Obviously, I guess this is going to the women. Would you marry the man if he did everything except sign the paper? Would you marry him? You can actually go to, now we have it set up where you can go to our website, noconduct.com, www.noconduct.com, and on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, just click on that little chat box, and you can enter your chat, and we'll see it live. So let me go ahead and read some of the answers that we've gotten. It's not a deal breaker, but he should have explained that before giving the ring. What the hell kind of sham marriage is that? He can go kick rocks since he's not committed enough to put it on paper. Nope, as a matter of fact, they put the peace out sign, so I guess, that means they're breaking up.
That means no, not happening. Yeah, oh yeah, breaking up, yeah.
Somebody else said, is it a deal breaker? No, he would just have to explain why. I do know that you have to obtain a marriage license. However, I do not think all states require a couple to sign the marriage certificate. Now, it may just make it harder to prove you're married later, seeing that your name will not be changed. And if you think about it, there are plenty of women who have been with a man for years, no ring, no ceremony, no nothing, but they are playing the marriage game.
Yeah.
So,
That sounds like
some
rational one that I heard out of that whole list.
Let's see, there was another one, and then I need to go to a different area for more answers. Give me 1 second. She said, okay, so this says, I guess one of our listeners asked somebody else, and that person, so this is the quote that I get. She said that he could be married already, or he is hiding something more serious. So that's why that person wouldn't do it.
Wow.
And let me go All right, so here are some more answers. It would depend on what he planned to tell everyone else. I don't have any strong feelings about marriage on paper either, so exchanging tokens and having a big celebration with friends and family sounds good to me on its own merit. If he's saying, but we have to tell my family it's real, certificate and everything marriage, then he's not interested in the level of transparency I require in a life partner. This one came from a guy. Assuming I were a woman, I'd have to go with hell no. We have an acquaintance who is married and has a few small kids, and he mentioned that when he proposed to his now wife, he proposed provisionally, which is about the stupidest thing ever, in my humble opinion. He said marrying someone is a sign of commitment, or at least the intent of committing. By proposing provisionally, you're saying, yeah, I'm prepared to commit to marrying you, maybe, unless I change my mind or meet someone better. Let's see. No, if he can't man up and marry you with the paper, then he's not worth hanging out and wasting precious minutes of your life. I once had a friend who had a similar experience with a man she loved. They lived together for over 15 years, sharing almost everything except that paper. He got cancer and had a long and slow, terrible death where she sat by his side and was his caregiver for the entire time. He did pass away, and before his body was cold in the ground, his family swooped in and kicked her out of their home. And he put, is this a woman? This is a woman. They put their in quotes. You see, they never solidified anything. His house was in his name, as were his other possessions, even the ones they purchased together because they were in his house, quote unquote, because they had never had that little piece of paper. Over 15 years of precious life was spent with this man, and for what? Nothing. All the time, love and energy spent building an empire together was destroyed, as they didn't have that paper, nor did he have a will that named him as her beneficiary.
Damn.
Needless to say, she was devastated. She eventually met another man, and yes, you can bet she married him and still is to this day.
Wow.
So apparently that contract does matter with the government. For the, like
but,
they'll say,
no,
does it have to be reported to the
missed,
government to make it official? Apparently so.
No, Shar, what they forgot was the will, and I put that into question, the will. He left a will with everything to her, so that was
their
fault.
Did say that. Yeah, you did. It's still protected in some manner. That's true. Yeah. And the life insurance, right?
This one is actually coming from a therapist. No, I would not, because he's an idiot. First, check to see if you live in a state that recognizes common law marriage, because if you do, then you are definitely married. Second, because many of the legal and governmental benefits of marriage come with that piece of paper. Why you'd go through a marriage ceremony but say no to the majority of the things that marriage offers in terms of your legal bond and your mutual prosperity is pretty ridiculous. Talk to a family law attorney. A 1-hour consult is enough.
Well, common law is 7 years. Common law is 7 years. California is. What state are they in?
It's different in each state.
Well, what about PA? That's what BJ's asking. Is PA one?
I don't know. I never looked it up.
Oh, okay.
Somebody look it up while I'm reading this.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so here's another one. He wants the fun fantasy of being married but doesn't want to be committed. Maybe he already married somebody else. Wow, that's 2 people who said that. Maybe he already married somebody else. You could do a record search to find out, which is what I told that other person. You could actually just ask for his social and just basically find out everything about him.
Yeah, it's public information.
Yeah, you could do a record search to find out. The county clerk, where you should be able to look it up for you. The thing is, you should marry a guy only if you are on the same page, which means you have discussed your potential life and future and have agreement about what it should be. I'm astonished you would agree to go through with this play act without finding out what his intentions really are. And then they went on to say, okay, a lot of young people don't realize that you have to get a marriage license to be legally married and that the ceremony isn't the actual marriage. Maybe you don't, I guess they're thinking I'm really asking this. I don't know. Maybe you didn't know better and thought he was really marrying you. Too many people get fascinated by the frosting and decorations and forget to check if there's cake under there. Frosting without cake isn't very satisfying no matter how well it's decorated.
It's cardboard. Decorated cardboard. Wow.
So somebody else, this is coming from a guy. Well, that's somewhat confusing Come on, go. Sorry, my cat is trying to climb up here. Well, that's somewhat confusion. You must have traveled from some significant highs to deep lows. If I were you, and thankfully I'm not, I would have a very clinical conversation and be prepared to sway either way depending on the responses from your husband. But that wouldn't be husband, right? According to
that's right.
them. You have, let's see. Ask why he felt the need to say that. Depending on his answer, tell him how much it hurts you and assess his response. I recall me and my wife talked about something similar before we got wed. To me, I'd have been just as happy either way, but I realized that it is necessary to do the right thing for the other as well as for extended families. Marriage is a genuine partnership. For him to say that now is frankly awful. Let's see. Hold on. I think. Oh, okay. Logic was having issues. Sorry, Logic. I didn't see you were having issues. I was reading from our listeners.
No,
all
I'll
right.
be listening to everything.
Okay. Here's another one. I would be concerned about what he's hiding. That's the third person who said that. I would be concerned about what he's hiding. There's a reason that he doesn't want to be married on paper, and it could have to do with his net worth, prior relationships, child support, not wanting to sign a prenup. It's a huge red flag to me, and without a thorough explanation, I have my doubts about the entire relationship.
Usually it's money related.
A lot of people answer this thing. Good God.
Yeah.
How many more?
Yeah,
do I
but
have
it's usually
left?
money related.
God.
But see, but you guys, my first answer was pretty much going along with almost everyone else's answers, which I didn't know they were going to answer that way. But then once I thought about it, I was like, well, it doesn't really matter so much what the government says or knows if they, have anything to do with this. Because as long as, for me, it was more like a religious, spiritual choice of wanting it to be official. But everyone else was more concerned about, protection and rights and benefits. Do you know what I mean?
And you would be a fool to believe that all of these women, because the majority women that are saying all this stuff, the only thing that all of that's about is they want the government to have the right to then come in when she decides she doesn't want to be married to him anymore, that she can start digging through his expenses and his finances and everything, because we still have an archaic divorce system that was designed for when people lived out on the prairie and when they used to ride off talking about, I'm going to go sell the cattle and I'll be back, and he would never come back. He would go out to San Francisco or something and start over. Those laws back then were meant to support and protect those women at that time that couldn't work. These bums now that don't want to get a job and get their own houses and everything like that, they want to be able to fleece men on the way out of the door. So the fact of the last time I asked a question like this was, if a dude loves you and everything, but he wants you to sign a prenup that says you leave with what you came with, all of those women at that time said they wouldn't marry him either. So apparently they won't sign prenups to get married through the state, and then they won't not get married through the state if he's going to give them all these provisions with life insurance and all this and property. And you see how they're trying to act like he doesn't want to commit? He's giving property. He's saying, you can have my house if I die. This insurance, this life insurance that I bought was made out completely to you. And you have access to my body and the burial and everything. I'm putting all of that in my will. But I want to forego the government being in my business. He's best for me. It's all about having power and strength.
Like Tyrese said, what more do you want?
Tyrese is a punk, okay? And furthermore, he decided to slide up in some chick and dump in her and have a baby. He's an idiot, okay? Because you don't do business like that.
Actually, that was his wife. They were speaking of marriage. That was his wife.
Did he have paperwork in place? No. That's why he's being fleeced. That's the whole reason he is on camera crying, because he didn't sign paperwork. He fell for the smile, and he felt for the women in his family saying, now you better get married to the state because it's just a sham marriage and I ain't showing up. Well, guess what? I guess I ain't going to see you for a while. Yeah,
but logic. They never said they were arguing over a divorce, proceedings, or what I should have, what I've come into the relationship with, and to the marriage with. They're not. That's not the issue. The issue was child abuse that led to the separation. They're not even divorced yet, and then also custody and custody, and not only custody but child support.
Would you listen for a second? She took him back to court because he got another deal on the Fast and Furious trilogy or whatever he's a part of. He had another bump in his salary. She took him back to court to get more money from him.
Yep,
so it had nothing to do with abuse.
But that's why he was crying, because he didn't get that job. Remember, was that recent? Because literally, was that a recent development? Because
no,
sweetheart. That was the reason why he was so upset and crying the blues.
Listen, what he was upset about with The Rock is that
The Rock, right.
they are postponing putting out the next installment because they only get paid per movie. No other movie is knocking down Tyrese's door to be a part of. So that's pretty much the only thing he's got coming in. She took him back to court to reassess him for the money he's been making. So now she's getting more on top of the $17,000 he was already paying her for a month.
Right. Yeah.
For every month.
That.
So that's why he's frustrated. However, I don't feel sorry for him, because if he made her sign some ironclad paperwork, he wouldn't be in this position. But he fell for the smile and the booty and,
and the pretty face and all that,
And that's why he's in the situation he's in. And all of these gold diggers that you see online talking about sham marriage and whatever. So if you feel that real about it, then all of these women should be chased in a relationship until they get married, since they're so serious about marriage and how the tenements have to be set up this way and all that. Then none of these chicks should be banging at anybody outside of wedlock, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like a bunch of nonsense to me. It's about they want to be able to call Uncle Sam to come clear his house out.
But yet there is another issue of apparently that child abuse in which he lost Shayla, like he lost the daughter, and so do you think it really has very little to do with that, opposed to the fact of just control over money and the wife wanting more from him?
I'm going to put this in dude terms. Women can say anything to a family court judge, and they will act like it happened until they do an investigation and find hard evidence that it didn't happen. So if she says, I got my daughter back and she had scratches all on her and, he's been yelling and acting crazy and I think he abused her, that's all they need to say, wait a minute, now your visitation has to be supervised until we can figure out what's going on. So that alone can destroy a dude, emotionally. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, but you know what? Go ahead.
If there is any kind of footage that she has of him acting crazy, which, judging from those videos he uploaded, she probably does have some crazy voicemails.
He's a little touched mentally. Yeah.
So once he does that, then all they're going to say is, well, I can see that you are completely out of control, so I'm going to scale this back, and you are not going to be able to have access to the. That's all it takes.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I don't know too many black fathers who would not beat your behind until you can't sit down. Apparently, that was the only allegations, and I think they dropped it. Culturally, that's just what we do. I don't know how many grandmothers won't get a switch and beat you until you can't sit down. I mean, that's just what it is. But in America's courts, that looks like child abuse. We discipline our children in different ways, and they sure enough listen to us, and they have a little bit more respect than little Johnny over there who gets to do whatever.
Well, not all black people do that. But I think the bigger problem is here, again, government being involved with your personal life.
Right.
The court should not be able to come in and say, no,
how to discipline your child.
We believe in timeout. So unless you're going to do that, anything else we consider to be, where do you draw the line? Because everybody doesn't raise their kids the same way. So who are you to come in as a court official and say, no, you're doing that wrong, and because I think you're doing that wrong, I'm taking your kid from you. They don't have that right.
Crazy.
Man, my behind still hurts now. I was bad as a kid, so I know there's no child abuse. It still hurts.
I'm sure.
He said all that behind.
Sure
Well,
you're
yeah, I
behind
sure have a lot
bars.
of it. I do have a lot of it. You're right. I don't know why you would think it cushioned it or something, but no. But no, I mean everybody is different. I'm just saying that was supposed to be the allegations. There was just a whole lot going on with that. So really, at the end of the day, people want money, and they'll do whatever they can to get it. So.
Exactly. Yep.
Like honestly, do you think that Kim Kardashian would have married Kanye if he was like, nah, I don't want to get married under the laws of the state, and or if he was willing to marry her, you have to sign this paperwork that says you're going to take your booty stank money and kick rocks. You ain't going to get none of this Kanye music money on the way out, chicky pop. Do you think for one second...
They would be married. She would marry
No. And guess what?
Nope.
As rich as Beyonce is she wouldn't be married to no Jay-Z unless she could have some of that reasonable doubt money.
Yeah.
You're going to have to come up on some of that
hard
times of life of cards, whatever the album was. Yeah, I want some of that Black album on the way out. What? How many Grammys do you have? You want some of my money? Oh, no. It's crazy.
Well, that concludes our show for this week.
Well, I was going to say, this has been one crazy show. I learned a lot, some things I didn't need to know. But we actually had a lot more answers to that question. And I think for the most part, all the answers were no. So that's very interesting.
It doesn't shock me.
I mean, the thing is there. Nobody's saying that the guy is hiding anything. Nothing like that. It's just he doesn't want to get married on paper for one reason or another. But apparently that's unacceptable.
They're using that as an
excuse.
Listen, Kai, you know how many dudes are talking to girls right now, and they tell this girl, hey, listen, I work a lot, so when I get home, I just like to go straight to sleep, so I can't really talk to you when I get home. I just go to sleep. And, I call. You know how many girls are going with that? Like, oh, yeah, he works a lot. And that is so clear that there's somebody at that house that he does not want to know that he's talking to you. If you call him and you hear him in the garage or where are you at in the car, why are you in the car and you're at home? Oh, well, I came out to take the trash out. That girl is an idiot, okay? Yeah. She doesn't have – there is no thing about, oh, well, he's hiding you, so that's why you should leave. There's plenty of chicks in relationships where it's clear the guy might be doing something, but they're just with him because they want to be with him. So if this dude is showing you and going through all of these things to show you, I want you here and everything, I just got a problem with the government. I don't like them. I don't want them in my business. I don't think it's right. If she's willing to walk, it's because she wants the government involved. And why would that be? Because they roll out the red carpet for the woman when it comes to divorce. Take the house, get his money, and he has nothing. And I hope you're ready to give her the, quote, lifestyle that she's gotten accustomed to.
That she deserves or that she got used to, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know how they say that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're spoiled, you got to stay spoiled after the fact.
Yeah, the co-founder of PayPal had to give his girl $300 million because she decided to leave. Because she decided to leave and bang her tennis instructor. And now she's I'm the happiest.
He's got to pay her.
We'll talk about that next show. Let me get this plug out. Hold on. We'll talk about that next show. Let me get this plug out. Next week we are actually off the air. Is it next week? Yeah, next week we are actually off the air. It's Thanksgiving, so everybody's taking a needed break. That's the only time of the year we get a break, isn't it? So we're off the air next week. We will definitely miss y'all, but we will be back on the 30th. On the 30th, hopefully we'll have a guest on, and we're talking about how to give good we'll be good givers, let me put it that way.
Good givers.
So the females are good givers. So we're going to be talking about that on the 30th.
How to give good head to your man.
We also have our shop up on noconduct.com. So go to noconduct.com. and you'll see in the menu NCR store. So go there to buy any of your shirts that you need with any of our quotes on there, especially the one that says, "It's fine, it's not alcohol, it's just wine." So we'll see you again on the 30th. Enjoy your holiday.
Everybody
Peace
have
out,
a great
everyone.
Thanksgiving holiday. Please be safe. Greetings from Las Vegas. Have a good one.
Oh, my God.
Goodbye, y'all. Bye-bye now. Have a great turkey
God.
day, everybody.
Damn.
How long
Bye,
does it take her to say bye, y'all?
Bye, y'all.
Is she done? Is she done?
No, I'm not. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Oh, my God.
The air stewardess. The air stewardess. Goodbye.
Keep
I'm
Goodbye.
cutting her off.